Understand that we are now live, and I'd like to welcome everybody to today's event. My name is Costa Mavroulakis, and I'm the founder and CEO of Empact Ventures, the co-host for today's event. And I'd like to welcome you to the OVHcloud Startup Program Fast Forward AI Accelerator Showcase, powered by Empact Ventures. For some background to us, we co-design some of the leading tech initiatives. We scout innovation for a number of organizations, including investors and corporate organizations. And we are super connectors. We open the right doors at the right time to support the right people to achieve the right mutual outcomes. We've worked with the OVHcloud Startup Program for up to 4 years now, co-designing pitch events, sessions for pitching, scouting companies to join the OVHcloud Startup Program cohorts, and also previous contests with other projects in the pipeline. This event is unlike any event you've probably been to before. The Umbrella platform is here to connect you during the event, which I'll talk about shortly. But our team are here as super connectors to connect you after the event to potential partners, clients, funders, or business support organizations to support you on your journey. And for those that have registered and opted in on the Umbrella form to be super connected, you will receive a super connect form from ourselves immediately after the event. And then on top of your own networking here, we will facilitate warm introductions after the event. Today's agenda is a short 2-hour event. We have 12 groundbreaking startups and scale-ups that will pitch their AI innovations. These companies were successful applicants of the OVHcloud Fast Forward AI Accelerator, which we'll hear about shortly. As well as the pitches, we have a panel session on collaborating for success and how startups can leverage partnerships. And this panel will explore the importance and strategies for successful collaboration between startups, corporates, and investors. Now, the Umbrella platform is built for networking. It was designed to better connect you. You will see on the left-hand menu a connections tab, allowing you to see who's attending this closed event and connect with them. You can either decide to chat or suggest a maximum networking meeting of 15 minutes. We have networking slots available throughout the rest of today and throughout tomorrow, so enjoy navigating your way around Umbrella. We have information on each of the startups within their booths within the platform. If you need any tech support, you can visit the event tech support under live sessions, and we'll be happy to support you. Our aim is to deliver an event that is not only enjoyable and engaging, but also provides valuable insights and gives you the connections that you need on your journey right now. I will be actively making introductions after this event, and we've already facilitated over 35 plus super connections prior to the event for some of our cohorts, and we'll be doing so after. But before we begin, I'd like to just set a few rules for the session. Everyone should have their microphones and cameras off during the session, apart from myself and our speakers here. When attendees want their microphones on, you can use your emojis to indicate your willingness to open the mic to the host. And the chat can be used for questions and comments. It's a public chat. There will be a large number of people online at the same time, so please be aware of this. Now, I'd just like to introduce 2 very important people with which this event could not happen. And so I'd like to welcome Benjamin Revkolovsky, who's the CEO of OVHcloud, to give you a bit of background to the company. Hi, Benjamin. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Costa. Thank you for this introduction. So happy to be with you guys. So I'm Benjamin Revkolovsky. I'm the CEO of OVHcloud, and I had the pleasure to already do the introduction of the Fast Forward program a few weeks ago. And indeed, well, I would like first to not only welcome all the audience, but also the 13 startups that have participated into the program, all the enablers, the mentors, all the people who delivered the workshops, the VCs, the corporate partners participated into the program. And let me start with a brief introduction of OVHcloud, because 25 years ago, we were in your shoes. We were a startup, and we have grown. And today, we are a 1 billion euro revenue company. And we have been able to differentiate in the cloud space, in the AI space, thanks to first a very good price performance ratio, so best price for the same performance. We have succeeded with transparency in our prices, in our technologies, in our roadmaps. We're all public. Leveraging open standards and interoperability, our cloud is reversible, is open source, and also on data sovereignty, data privacy to protect the data of our customers. And we are strongly focused on innovation for cloud infrastructure, cloud software, but also artificial intelligence, also serving blockchain startups and customers, and also quantum, where we have developed in the past 5 years also quantum strategy to accompany quantum startups. Maybe a few words about our solutions. So we have developed AI-specific, AI-targeted solutions with AI endpoints where you can use not only GPUs, but open source models with the more than 40 open source models that you can use with APIs. And also our data platform that is extremely useful for developing AI services. We have also a culture at OVHcloud to work in ecosystems. With ecosystems, we have accompanied more than 5,000 startups in the past years. We are working with 1,800 service providers, system integrators, independent software vendors. These are all ecosystems that we work with, and we currently serve 1.6 million customers in 140 countries around the world. So it's extremely important for us to gather, and this is the case today, an ecosystem that can be stronger by sharing practices, experience, and that's typically the purpose of this startup program and these fast forward initiatives. It's getting startups to engage with bigger customers, with partners, finance partners, tech partners, and we really want to foster innovation and growth. We know that AI is booming. We know that if I look at some numbers, McKinsey just showed that 3/4 of the organization incorporated AI in one at least of their business function, that the adoption of Gen AI tools has grown to 71% organizations reporting regular use today of Gen AI. And the last figures from Forbes that I was looking at this morning, that approximately the global AI market is projected to expand from 214 billion in 24 to 1.3 trillion by $1.3 trillion by 2030. So congratulations again for the 13 startups that participated and involved themselves in the Accelerator program. A few stats of the program they participated with. It's been 20 workshops. Thanks also to AMD, our partner, with his 2 workshops that they accompanied. I think there were more than 10 supporting partners who have dedicated their time into the workshops, and more than 50 mentors that took part during the Accelerator. So, important program, great that you involve yourself. And this showcase event today is the conclusion of the program, and I really encourage the audience to engage with the startups participants to learn more about these innovative solutions, and let's work together to shape a strong and booming future of AI. And head over to Philippe for the next part. Philippe.
Thanks, Benjamin. Really appreciate you sharing some words with us and encouraging the startups that are being pitching today. I'm just going to share my screen, so bear with me. There we go. So yeah, just let me know if that's up and all visible. Is that all right? I can't actually see the screen right now because I'm on it. Yeah, all up. Great. Good. So yeah, welcome to the Fast Forward AI Accelerator Showcase. So as you heard, I'm Philip Maria, the Global Startup Program Director. I think we're all in agreement that AI adoption is on the increase. I did hear an interesting stat though the other day. 86% of founders agree that adoption of AI has boosted their go-to-market strategies. And that was based on a report by HubSpot. And that's really the power of the AI Accelerator, is that we are boosting AI adoption as well as your go-to-market strategies for the participants, as well as giving the audience here today access potentially to the solutions that the participants offer. But yeah, let's dive into some of the details. So first of all, a bit of a why around the Fast Forward Accelerator. So your success is our success, whether you're a startup, whether you are one of our partners, whether you are a venture capital company. And that success depends not only on good technology, and that's really the vision for the startup program, that we want to not only offer you world-class technology, but also go-to-market support as well. And this has been backed up by the surveys that we've done of our members. Now, by go-to-market support, we mean giving our participants access to whatever they need to boost their businesses, whether it's attending a workshop, speaking to a potential customer, or accessing funding. And key to Fast Forward is also accessing our ecosystem to access that knowledge, those customers, or the funding. And we have a unique ecosystem to offer. So just a bit about our ecosystem. So, touching on the startup program first, we've now got over 4,500 startup and scale-up members and alumni, and growing at not too far from 1,000 new members a year. We also have and just in a nutshell, what the startup program is for those of you that maybe are not familiar with us. So we are we offer an accompanied journey onto our cloud for startups and scale-ups, with up to 100,000 euros in free cloud credits, as well as free technical consultation and migration support as well. We also have a partner program within the ecosystem, where we have over 1,800 partners, so managed service providers, system integrators, software vendors. And OVHcloud has already given 4,000 certifications on our products and solutions to partners in order to better on-sell our products and solutions as well. And then just within our technology offering, we have many partner offerings, which are also engagement opportunities for our startups and partners. And for example, AMD has partnered with us on this accelerator to deliver some of the workshops. What makes our ecosystem unique? Well, it's our open, trusted cloud, which means that when you're engaging with our ecosystem, you're engaging with like-minded businesses that are also interested in secure, transparent, data sovereign solutions. So when we set out 3 months ago with the AI Accelerator, we had a number of objectives. We wanted to be a sandbox which allowed the participants to improve their AI solutions and align with regulations like the AI Act. We wanted to give them access to business opportunities, funding opportunities, as well as trusted cloud solutions. So how have we done? Well, this slide just gives some high-level stats. So 12 participants are pitching today. We've had more than 10 supporting partners helping us to deliver 20 workshops. One of those was on the AI Act. We've had also 50 mentors, more than 50 mentors helping to support the participants over the 3 months. And the participants have used around 45 GPUs, as well as saved around about 250,000 euros because they've chosen to work with OVHcloud. The use of GPUs and the savings are a good indication of the access that we provided to trusted cloud solutions. In terms of accessing funding and business opportunities, that's still a work in progress. And this event is a key activity in terms of getting our participants now in front of potential funders and customers. You heard how Impact Ventures is helping with super connections, and please use this Brella platform to also connect with each other, set up calls. You can even do that after the pitching is over today. So set up those calls. Yeah, and then next step is really just a big thank you as well from me to all the startups, the mentors, our partners, enablers, the VCs, the venture capital companies that are here, our partners and customers. A special mention to AMD, as I mentioned, for partnering with us, as well as Empact Ventures for being our delivery partner on this event today. And then also to the startup program team, Filippo, Cesari, and the rest of the team for helping to make sure that the last 3 months happened. Yeah, that's really all from me, other than just, what's next? What can you look forward to? So we're celebrating 10 years of startup program this year. And to do that, we have launched a VivaTech challenge. So join us at VivaTech. We're also launching a global report on the 10 years of impact that we've had. And we'll be announcing more about the next Fast Forward Accelerator, as well as you can look forward to our OVHcloud Summit on the 20th of November. So lots to look forward to. And over to now Filippo and the pitches. Thanks very much.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you for this final event. So I will go straight away into the point today, which are startups will pitch. Initially, 7 startups will pitch for 4 minutes each, plus 2 minutes Q&As. And then after that, we're going to have a short panel, just 20 minutes to divide the different pitches. And then we're going to have the rest of the startups pitching in the second time. Please, if you have questions for the startups, just post it in the chat and I will read it so that I can ask the question to the startup pitching. As Philip and Benjamin said, today is the final event of the Accelerator. We had startups from Canada, from India, from Germany, Spain, UK, Sweden, France, etc. So we have a very global cohort and all with different solutions. Startups went through 10 weeks of accelerations, and today is the final event that we're doing here together. So I hope you will enjoy it. And without further ado, I will call the first startups to pitch, which is Lector, Lector AI from Germany, which is an AI-powered document processing. And I will pass the word to Benjamin. Hi, Benjamin.
Hi, Felipe, and thanks so much for the introduction, and also thank you for letting us be part of this really great AI scale-up batch. So yeah, hi everyone, my name is Benjamin. I hope you can see my presentation. I am the co-founder and CEO of Lector AI, and we are an AI orchestration platform for documents, and I will tell you more about why this is very important today in the time of generative AI. So still today, we face more than 80% of our customers, especially large organizations, and we see that they're still processing documents manually. In this process, they see a lot of errors. It's a very slow process, and it still costs them a lot. And we see a lot of businesses that are basically still in the year 2025 drown in millions of documents, and they lose a lot of operational efficiency. We've created Lector AI as a platform to process documents through AI. And in particular, we made it as easy as possible to classify and extract any type of documents through prompts. And with our system, no classical OCR is needed anymore, and things like handwritten documents, complex tables and diagrams can be handled easily. And through our AI orchestration approach, you can incorporate both generative AI models, but also custom trained models. If you use our platform, you can essentially create production-grade workflows within minutes that can, for example, process all the documents that you receive as an organization, and you can push them through various steps like data cleaning, document classification, and data extraction, and hand them over to your workflow engines to automate basically your whole document input system. The same thing can be done for email automation or ticket classification and ticket answering. So a lot of different workflows can be set up within a short amount of time. This can only create value if it's integrated right. And therefore, we have also we are coming with a lot of batteries in terms of input channels, so we can connect to any kind of email, file system, ERP system, and we especially connect to a lot of typical systems, document management systems and ERP systems. A lot of our customers are enterprises and they operate on premise. There we are usually operating on a license model. Nowadays, more also enterprise customers shift towards the cloud where they can leverage generative AI models much better. And we also offer our service to small and medium-sized businesses where, of course, onboarding is really easy and you can use the full power of the cloud scaling. For our cloud customers, we are focusing on pay per use, which makes it very flexible for them. If you do your document workflow right, you can drastically reduce your document processing times by up to a factor of 10. And we see with a lot of customers that more than 80% of all the documents that they receive can be processed automatically. And this within a short amount of time, with like 5 seconds per document. And among many others, we have helped together with the ITSC to automate the whole document processing of more than 25 health insurances here in Germany alone. With more than now 500 million overall processed pages and more than 50 enterprise customers in production, we are very confident that we have created a platform that can be used in many industries and automate various document workflows that we see. And yeah, with that, thanks for your attention. And I hope we can later chat about how we maybe can help you revolutionize document processing and in particular, get rid of a lot of paperwork inefficiencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin. Any question? We have time for one question if anyone has something. We have one. How do you basically compare your OCR solution and RPA-based document processing tools?
Can you come again? Sorry.
How does a Lector solution compare to existing? Basically, what's differentiators between you and your competitors?
The ease of setting up very complex document workflows is probably what sets us apart. And yeah, you can basically model any kind of very custom workflow just through like with a low-code approach on our platform without like long integration projects or long modeling projects. So that is something that a lot of or I have not seen in other solutions yet.
Okay, so the feasibility is very easy. Thank you, Benjamin. Much appreciated. And yeah, please connect with Benjamin on the platform umbrella. And now we have Ketch HR from Germany. And who's gonna be?
It's me pitching, yeah.
Hey, Marco, hi.
Hi.
Yep, you can start.
Let me share my screen. Right, hopefully you can see it.
Yes, all good.
Great, thank you so much. So yeah, my name is Marco. I'm the CEO and founder of Ketch HR, and we do AI recruiting agents that prevent bad hires. So yeah, sometimes most of you might know how it is to select people for your company. Sometimes it needs some time to select the right ones and to know who's a really good fit. Take me as an example. Me and my co-founder, we met in high school and we needed like 15 years to figure out that we should start a company together. So yeah, that's basically how it is. But people don't have that time and they don't take this time basically. Most of the CV screening time is only 8 seconds today. And that's when 70% of the decisions through the hiring process are already made. In this, we have like 66% admin tasks that people are doing there. But this all together leads to 50% hires that fail in the first 18 months, costing around 2.5 million for an average company. You could say like everyone hates working with the wrong people, but this is the outcome of the hiring today. And now with agentic AI, it just gets worse because people are focusing on getting rid of those 66% admin tasks rather than selecting the right candidates, because they're trying to scale a process that is wrong from the start. What we do is totally different. We developed a tool, an agent we call Kira, which is fully autonomous and has those outcomes. We deliver candidates that perform 12% better and that have a 50% better retention in the company. And of course, we also save 90% of the time, like our competitors do. So what makes Kira different? How do we work there? Basically, we use a lot of more input data compared to other solutions. So we start, of course, with the CVs from candidates, but we don't stop there. We also screen personality profiles, which Kira just gets from the candidates directly by interacting with them. And we also have millions of decisions on our platform already from 1,000 leading companies that we work together with, where we know what decisions were good decisions and what were bad decisions. So basically, we have a lot of data there to see what should be the outcome for a perfect hire in terms of performance data, retention data, and all those decision making in the processes. That leads to an output that is much more enriched than compared to what other solutions do. So we can set up requirement profiles where we really know who we are looking for. We can do skill analysis, we can do personality analysis, and we can do retention and performance predictions there. So basically, you could say that Kira knows what matters because, we have all this data already in place. So when you're looking for a job, we probably know it better than you even do. And because Kira knows what matters, she also knows who matches. So in the whole process, we interact with the candidates and get to a result where we know that those people who are selected by Kira are ready to hire. And that is exactly what we deliver. We work already with top employers. As I said, more than 1,000 leading companies are using our tool in more than 10 countries already, including the US and of course the DACH area where we are located. We do more than 1.5 million ARR and almost tripled last year, working together with, for example, McDonald's, Accenture, Vodafone, and other major employers in the world already. Our SaaS plans are pretty easy to use. So we are plug-and-play integration and very accessible, starting from 99 euros a month up to custom plans that could be like 10,000 of euros, depending on the amount of jobs and applications that you want Kira to handle for you. Right now we're looking for intros to companies that want to get to the next level of their hiring, and of course to investors who want to join us on our journey. On our mission to make hiring more human-centric with agentic AI. Thank you very much. And now, open for your questions. Thanks.
We have a few questions. Opportunities to work with existing recruitment agencies, or are they seeing you as a pure competition?
We're already working with agencies, and they use us to leverage the existing teams, basically. So it's not only competition; it's also, like an add-on for the existing business models.
Okay, we have another question, which is how are you factoring the EU AI Act, given its design most HR-related use for AI as high risk? Basically, how you mitigate with the AI Act in place.
We started implementing the EU AI Act like about a year ago, before it occurred, together with a major law firm. So we made sure that all our processes are conform with that, and we basically do it to make it easy and sum it up. We basically do it in a way where there's always a human in the loop from the customer side. So there's no a purely AI decision, but we really enhance the decision-making process there.
Okay, thank you very much, Marco. Again, connect with Marco and the team on the Brella app, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Now I will call on stage. We have Praxis Santé from France, which is an AI-driven healthcare solution. And Damien,
Hello, everyone.
over to you.
Damien Forest, president of Praxis AI here. Our mission is to build AI models for medical language understanding. When you go see the doctor, you probably notice that they are keyboarding a lot on their computers. You may have the impression that he's not listening to you, and it's no wonder why the administrative documentation or clinical documentation is the first cause of burnout of physicians. It takes them about 2 hours per day. But there is an even bigger challenge. All the notes that doctors take are not structured, it's just plain text, meaning it cannot be used for therapeutic monitoring and it cannot also be used for clinical research. While customizing treatment is still a key issue for pharma companies and for the healthcare system, collecting the data necessary to customize the treatment costs several thousands of euros per patient. And the real-world evidence market is growing at 20% per year. We built an AI solution that addresses all these four challenges, which is medical scribe, but that goes far beyond doing just notes. It will help save documentation time. So I will play a quick video for you to see it. Doctors use it at the office, sometimes on mobile phone. It also works on teleconsultation, on mobile or on phone lines, and it will produce structured output, which we secure with an anti-hallucination system, which is another AI model that we build to secure the output generated by large language models. We also offer the traceability to the data that was extracted. One of the challenges is to be able to adapt to all the medical specialties. You have more than 70 of them. And so for that, we built data models with each outpatient or hospital medical specialty. Doing this kind of AI model is not an easy thing. The medical language is far greater than the regular language, where you will have only 10,000 words. So you have about 17 times more, for which you need to create data to train very accurate speech recognition model, which we do in-house and which we do per language, French, Dutch, Swiss German, and even Arabic at the moment. So it's not only about making notes. Getting the structured data is something that the pharma companies value. So we work both with healthcare healthcare software editors, and we have started valuation processes of the data with pharma companies such as Roche in Switzerland, for instance. All the models that we propose, they are built by our R&D team, which comprises 4 PhD and 15 engineers. There are only our sovereign AI models that we can do on-premise for hospitals. The most complex one to do is the speech recognition model, as I mentioned, securing the output with anti-hallucination system, and also being very competitive in terms of pricing for the European market, where the price point is much lower than in the US. So our team, as I mentioned, is only consists only of profiles that have a PhD in AI and also an experience in medical research mostly. How we market this solution, so our business model or go-to-market strategy is to embed our AI models into existing software, meaning EHR, the electronic health record that is used whether at the hospital or for outpatient doctor, because doctors will not change their software. It's like changing cars for them. So we are just an AI component that we put into existing system. It's like the brakes for a car. So Bosch will make the brakes for Mercedes cars, for instance. We have the same business model, and we make the AI affordable so that it can be a base feature of the software and not to be sold as an option. And then the second source of revenue will come from the structured data with the pharma companies. So the partnership that we have currently are with more than 30 large accounts with which we generate revenues. They represent more than 140,000 healthcare professionals, and it's scaling progressively. You cannot change the whole system at once. But the most important thing is that we have these contracts, meaning it's an infrastructure we can use. That's the hardest part to build, actually. That's the infrastructure that you can build with current EHR. And we are raising only 500K to $1 million to continue to grow in other geographies, especially the DACH region and the UK. Thank you for your attention, and happy to answer to your question.
Thank you, Damien. We have time for one quick question. Yes, one question about complex regulatory landscape in different countries while you're scaling. How do you do that?
Regulation are mostly at European levels, like medical device regulation, for which no medical scribe has so far this certification. We have prepared the data for it because we anticipate it will come in 1 or 2 years. What changes per country is the certification of the EHR, which varies per country. So you have to certify your EHR in France, Germany, etc. Regarding us, we have an AI model within this EHR. So it's not our job to certify the EHR. It's the job of, for instance, EMUS Health in the UK, of Medatics in Germany, of Mencare, CGDIM in France, Belgium, Romania. So we don't have this burden. We are a provider of the existing EHR players.
Okay, thank you very much, Damien. And yeah, again, connect with Damien later on the Brella app. And thanks for pitching today. Now we'll move to HopsWorks. HopsWorks is AI infrastructure from Sweden. And Lex, over to you.
Absolutely. Can you hear me all properly? Amazing. And I imagine you see my slides as well. So I'll go ahead. I'm Lex from HopsWorks. We are an AI lakehouse. Typically, the way I'll present this is as an AI factory. We support real-time, batch, and LLM use cases. We've been operating for quite a while now, around 7 years. So we do have quite a big base of free users on the serverless platform, which, by the way, is run on OVH now. We wrote a very nice blog about that went somewhat a little bit viral. We are in production for some Fortune 100 and some billion-dollar company, also billion-dollar unicorn companies out of Europe, in US, LATAM, a bit everywhere. We are not really a vertical platform. We are fairly horizontal, so we deploy pretty much everywhere. We are actually, coming from research, originally out of Stockholm, Sweden. And we have quite a few alumni from MySQL, Ericsson, and so on. So we didn't really woke up one day and decided to build databases and data layers. It sort of comes from a long lineage of software development, and some of which we are the only one to develop now. We have a global presence. I mentioned that, so let me move ahead. As everybody knows, and I think it's almost self-evident, the growth of AI demand is just amazing those days. Generative AI, but not only. We also see an amazing growth in machine learning use cases, smaller models, but a lot of them, and more personalization stuff. And it's just obviously going to continue onward. And as it goes on, you have to wonder, how do I derive value from that? One of the things we've seen is like real-time use cases are one of the direct value sort of retrieval from AI. When people receive the content they want, they are more likely to click, the retention grows, the satisfaction grows, and so on. So today, one of the most valuable AI companies is not ChatGPT, it's actually TikTok. They actually provide an AI under the hood that is the most powerful AI in the world, and that's a real-time recommendation system. So that's great and all, but the problem is that about 22% of organizations actually they cannot support this sort of use cases. Their current infrastructure just doesn't work for it. And you have to wonder, well, can they build it themselves? Obviously, yes, but obviously it takes time, and obviously that creates a lot of dependencies. That's a technical stack of maybe 10 to 20, 30 softwares, and it's millions of dollars to actually productionize. In our view, in the last 6-7 years, the companies that have been building it, some of them actually came back to us after a couple of years because it's just a failure to maintain. And some of them, just abandoned the idea altogether and went to another supplier. So it is a big issue in the market right now. And then, so what do we solve in that case? We solve 4 things, really. One is that we support any type of workloads. I'll get a little bit into the details of that later, but as I said, LLM, batch, real time, but also hybrid deployments in the cloud, on premises, somewhere in between, some of segregation of the data and so on, and GPU management. We support, and we are one of the only companies in the world, ultra low latency. So everybody says real time, but real time doesn't mean real time for everybody in the same fashion. So Snowflake says real time for everything about a minute. Databricks for everything about 5 minutes. Ourselves for everything about 2 milliseconds. And so when you think of a recommender system, as I mentioned earlier, well, it's something that maybe you're not willing to wait 2 minutes to get a proper recommendation. Maybe, the responsiveness might be important. If you think of a fraud detection system, nobody will wait at the point of sales for like 2 minutes saying, well, will my transaction get declined? All of those things will become the edge use cases of the future. We do not tear down what exists. We actually complement it. So we support all the data sort of sources and the OTF, the open table formats that exist now and become sort of market standards. We just plug on it. You can mount it. You can use HopsWorks as a catalog, if you will, and then create your use case for production. And finally, we support, as I mentioned earlier, any types of deployments. Is this a market? I've been forced to only say that we can service 10% of that market, but I think real time will become the next sort of generation, the next state of the art in machine learning in the coming years. Everybody will want personalized. Everybody will want instant satisfaction, and the models will be bound to be more and more nimble. Another one would be sovereign AI software for us. As I said, this is pre-political situation, but in fact, there is a huge push to also own your models, own your data layer, and perhaps have some hybrid deployments. And it becomes very hard to manage all the sort of infrastructure under the hood. So solutions like ours are very well placed for that. This is not our customers, although one just actually confirmed this morning, so I could technically mention them. That's the one in the middle. But those are the inbounds we have. We almost exclusively operate on inbounds. People find us because they have very specific use cases to solve. So I mentioned the last 3 eventually. So one of them, they just tried SageMaker. It was too slow. It took like about an hour to retrieve the data. Just wouldn't work for their use cases. In HopsWorks, maybe a minute. Eventually less with optimization. So from 1 hour to a minute to retrieve a large data set. The one in the middle is a very interesting one. It's a very, 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 very known telco and communication network company. They needed to manage extremely complex matrix of teams with GPU management within an end-to-end platform, which we provide. We've been benchmarked and tried against some of the most known companies in the market, Anyscale, Run AI, and eventually they decided for us. And the last one is a very small startup. I mean, not that small, fairly small startup. And the use case is like, well, we need a model for each of those things. And so we have 5,000 models. We need to manage them. We need to update them. We need to version them. And we need to operate that, in a nimble way, in a cost-effective way without having 20 engineers doing so. And in all those use cases, we are sort of uniquely positioned to actually deliver on that. And so there is obviously an overlap. Some need like an end-to-end platform, some need a part, some need sovereign, some need a sort of a cloud-native solution. We are on the overlap of all that, really. And we have 2 sets of users. One are free, as I mentioned. We have a serverless platform, which we will develop as a SaaS platform going onward to be a bit more competitive. But we already have nearly 10,000 global users there. Some large companies just do their POC there before they come talking to us. Unis do courses on it, so on and so forth. On the right hand, those are some of our existing customers. Well, it's a license-based subscription, so they pay yearly with supports and so on. We work with the employment agency in Sweden, one very large defense contractor, very large e-commerce retailer in Germany, US insurances, but also research, also startups. And, we are extremely horizontal, so we sort of deploy anywhere. And so everybody kind of feel and can find what they want there. That's about it. I hope I've not been too much over time, but I'll be very glad to answer any questions. Before that, thanks for Filippo and OVH. It's been a blast. I actually quite enjoyed this last few weeks. So, kudos.
Welcome. Thanks, Lex. We have one question. How does your future store technology improve AI deployment compared to traditional data pipelines? If you can, in 30 seconds, maybe.
Yes. So
versioning,
lineage, and reuse of the data. If you don't have a feature store, you can't reuse the data. You have a monolithic pipeline, which means you need to redo that pipeline each time. If you have a feature store, especially like ours, you can reuse the source of the data in any model as you want. Better monitoring, better lineage, better versioning, less deduplication, better, happier models in production.
Thank you very much, Lex. Pleasure to have you. And please connect with HopsWorks on the Brella app. And now I'll call on Jean. Jean, are you here? Yes. And now we have Bing Dreams from France. Hi, Jean.
Hi, thank you. Sorry, I'm just
No worry.
Here. Up. Very French. Up. And voila. So, what if you could turn your best ideas and concepts into production in just days instead of months? Before we start, just a few words about the team. We are a tech-driven company powered by a passionate team of PhDs and engineers, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This is the core team. Cécile here, co-founder, is a PLM expert who led Katia past the $1 billion mark and drove 30% of Dassault Systèmes sales. As for me, I'm an engineer and PhD, and I've helped pioneer disruptive technologies like encoding digital data into DNA, co-inventing the patent now used by Biomemory, a competitor of DNSCrypt for those who know about them. And together we bridge deep tech and business impact. So today, ideation phase is still the bottleneck in every product lifecycle. Endless meetings, back and forth approvals, never-ending revisions slow down everything. When in the world we live in, speed is critical. So let's put yourselves into our client shoes and let's see what our clients are doing. They talk about endless iteration and wasted times. They lose weeks trying to realign schedules and discover too late that a word doesn't have the same definitions for everyone. Or the cost of redesigning things at the prototyping stage that cost thousands of euros at the project levels or million at the company level. Or the missed opportunities because they are too slow or the trend has already shifted. And this is an important number. 45% of our time is wasted in validation process for each project, limiting the number of projects we can address. So, what if we can get rid of all that friction and move from ideas to decisions in just one day? That's where Bing Dream comes in. We've built a visual collaborative SaaS platform, B2B SaaS platform, that transforms early-stage ideas and concepts into high-impact designs in real time. Starting from simple draft or collage, our platform delivers 2 times faster time to market, significant cost savings, and 20% more of market opportunities. And most of all, 100% of confidence before prototyping. So this is a quick video. Just put the 3, 2, where is the sound factor? Sorry. So with fully digital and traceable workflows, every step stays aligned with your vision. So no more waiting weeks for feedbacks, no more endless revisions, just iterate, collaborate, visualize in real time. And because our platform is powered by a human-in-the-loop AI that we developed, you get the best of both worlds: creativity with the assurance of accuracy, data security, and copyright protection. Those are some examples. We mostly work with retail and consumer goods sectors. So we are based on a B2B SaaS model, and we have an hyper-growth scalable go-to-market strategy, starting with a few people in product designs and product engineering, and then the sales take the products, the solution in hands to understand the client brief in real time. We also have integration into clients' workflow strategy to have a seamless digital continuity in their processes. We do have some partnerships with Dassault Systems too. This is another way to see the expansion of how we sell our model. So we deliver, we accelerate, and we also raise funds now to reach 10 million of ARR by 2028. So are you ready to bring your ideas to life faster and smarter than ever before? And our motto is let's dream big, let's dream big. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jean. We have time for one quick question. What market segment are you targeting for expansion, and why specifically?
Yes, so the market segment is really on retail and consumer goods. We are now signing with big companies such as L'Oréal Retail, and they are buying several hundred of licenses across the world, so Asia and US. And as we equip, I don't know if it's an English word, the salespeople, then as they need to understand the brief of their client, we also need to equip the clients too. And so we deliver fast thanks to our users. So we address all the OEM tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers ecosystem to sell our product.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very interesting. Again, please connect with Jen and Big Dream team on the Brella app. And yeah, please interact with them. And now we go to Uncia. Uncia is the first tool offering a simple, standardized working environment for IT and architects. And I can see Ryan. Hi. Over to you.
You can. Thank you, Filippo. So, yeah, hello, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Ryan, CTO and co-founder of Uncia. So Uncia is a SaaS tool for the IT departments to help them to manage their IT. So running an undocumented information system is like managing a city with no layout for roads, power, water, or building. It's chaotic, dangerous, and chaos is happening today for most of the companies. So IT is at a breaking point, never been more critical and so poorly undocumented. Europe has imposed NIS2 regulation, a very rigorous regulation, to force companies to react. Cyber attacks are up to 30% year over year. 77% of the company are not ready for NIS2, and non-compliance fines can reach up to 10 million. So the pressure on IT teams has never been greater, and documentation is still manual, outdated, and fragmented. And this is a great opportunity for us. Uncia changes that. We automate IT documentation using AI, provide real-time auditability, and make IT data easy to access. Think about Uncia as the compass for your IT system. No more black box, just visibility, control, and compliance. Here is how Uncia delivers value. Document 10 times faster using AI, stay compliant without effort, unify teams with collaborative workflows, aggregate and enrich data from existing tools, create a central reference for all IT assets and architecture. Our platform is fully API-driven, ensuring seamless integration from design to run. Under the hood, Uncia is a reality and delivers AI-powered and seamless documentation. real-time compliance and risk tracking, dynamic multi-view access for all IT teams from architects to ops to manage your information system. IT departments spend massively in 4 different domains today: IT asset management, AI-powered automation, governance and risk, and on top, IT compliance and cybersecurity. Uncia operates at the intersection of those 4 markets, making the traction incredible for us. That represents a huge market, of course, of 30 billion across Europe, with more than 150,000 companies as potential customers, making our near-term market impressive with 2 billion. So where do we sit in this competitor landscape? So we are positioned as a smart, efficient, and easy-to-use tool. We fill the gap between legacy enterprise architecture tools and static documentation software. Our main competitors are today Excel and Word, okay, which are clearly not adapted. We offer 3 packages adapted to company size, so from SMBs to large enterprises. Upsell is built in through user count and application document volume. Client ROIs go up to 23 times, and sales cycle from a range from 1 to 12 months, depending on the company size. We are bootstrapped, growing steadily at 15% month over month in terms of revenue. We have secured our first 2 customers, including one of the largest companies in the railway industry, Alstom, with 10 more qualified in the pipeline, and we are working closely with IT consulting firms and integrators as partners. So why we can win? We are not just building this, we have lived it from the inside. So I'm Ryan, CTO, former lead security and network architect. Samir, our CEO, spent 13 years managing IT architectures in large organizations. Farah, our sales lead, brings deep field experience, and we are mentored by ex-COOs and go-to-market experts. We know the pain and how to fix it. We have built our expertise across real-world IT environments in large companies. And so, to conclude, from the chaos to clarity, we are the solution you have been looking for. Thank you, everyone, and thank you. Special thanks to the AI Accelerator program, so Filippo, Cesare, and all the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. I much appreciate the great presentation. Do we have a specific question for Ryan and the Uncia team? We have one nice pitch. What are your current challenge? What are you looking for specifically? So
it's customer acquisition and reduce the closing cycle. Yeah. So if someone is listening now, how they could help you, like connecting with IT corporates, VCs, etc. Right? Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Much appreciated your time. Please connect with the team umbrella. And now we have the last pitch before the panel. So I will call on stage Rajat from MyUpchar. Rajat, over to you. Rajat, we can't see you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, yes, now yes.
And
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Just 1 second. You just get the deck in full mode. All right. So, guys, I'm Rajat from MyUpchar. Upchar word means treatment in Hindi. We are a full stack online hospital, positively impacting 40 million patients every month. In healthcare, India has a huge access awareness and access problems. Most of the healthcare content worldwide is in English. In India, we have a 1.4 billion population. Only 150 million people, understand, speak, and write English. So we have a lot of local language problem. The moment you move out of tier 1 cities, you have 1:5,000 doctor to patient ratio compared to WHO recommended 1:1,000 to doctor ratio. There's an issue with counterfeit drugs. And that is why, the users in these regions typically have a trust deficit with the overall healthcare services. With, the large population and changing lifestyle, a lot of medical issues, a lot of healthcare issues have popped up in last decade. These are few of the things that we are treating online, but there are lots of other medical issues that are also, just, you know, exploded in India over the last few years.
Rajat, could you please press the button on bottom right to enlarge your screen so everyone can see right next to, yeah, there, go on the right.
This one?
No. Just enlarge your slides. Yeah, go on the right. Because we can see all your slides. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, unable to figure out where that button is. Just 1 second. All right, I guess I'm sorry for this, but I don't know which
It's
button to
fine. Don't worry.
click. So we are a full stack solution that treats 30 plus medical issues. We generate healthcare content in 6 Indian languages, which serves 40 million patients every month. We have done clones of AI doctors to create videos, which enables us to do a lot faster video production. We do roughly 100,000 consultations every month with the help of 3,500 doctors, all vetted. A lot of the consultation that come in are first vetted by AI calls with help, and that pre-qualify the patient, determine diagnosis, and also write the prescription for doctors to audit. So doctors have a final say and they audit it, but pretty much everything else has been automated for them. Then, we provide our own medicines. We have, partnered with different manufacturers to manufacture our own medicines. And then, as part of our continuous care program, so we develop high quality formulations. Then we do ongoing monitoring of patients, leveraging AI to check in every few days to make sure they're adhering to the overall treatment that we are providing. We are the largest healthcare destination in India with 15 million people coming to a website and the 25 million people watching our videos every month. We have around 9 million plus followers / subscribers across our different social media channels, and we are available in 6 languages. We are a one profitable company. We do around 1.2 million annual run rate. Our average order value, which is pretty much our care program, is $25. 35% is COGS plus cost of service, 40% CM3, 10% EBITDA. About us, I started the company roughly 9 years back. My background is that I, studied at Stanford, worked at Amazon, moved back to India, started another company that I sold in 2014. And basically, I had some experience here few years back, but I realized that healthcare has not really changed over last 40 years. When I was a child, I had to be airlifted from a remote area to Delhi because there were just no healthcare facilities in that remote area. And, a few years back, again, we were in a similar situation. I realized nothing has changed. So something got to give, and that's why we, started the company. We raised a couple of early rounds. Last one was in 2018 from Nexus Venture, which is a US and India fund. Omidyar is a US fund, and Shunwai is a Chinese one. So fundraising we had done was 350K, then 5 million in 2018. 2023, we basically pivoted. Earlier focus was much more on the content and consultation side. 2023, we pivoted to becoming a full stack model with our own medicines that actually helped us monetize and grow our business. And we're raising $1 million now. And the goal is basically just to, multiply the number of treatments that we do and, be able to capture more of the customers that we are getting. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajat. Do we have any question for Rajat? If not, oh, this one. What challenge you're facing in expanding telemedicine adoption in India, except of course the language barrier?
Yeah, so I think the biggest challenge is trust. So, how do you generate that trust online without the touch and feel of it? And that is one area. And the second is, of course, we are basically working on launching allopathy medicines. Right now, we are more focused on traditional medicines and nutraceuticals and over-the-counter medicines. So that requires a leap in terms of regulatory hurdles that we have in this country, we have in India, and that is something that we are working towards.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rajat. Thanks for pitching, and again, connect with Rajat on the Umbrella app. And now the first part of the event is done. We're going to move into a panel discussion. So we'll call on stage Ben Rose from Superscript. Then we have Robert Gunther from Managing Partner of Xtech, and Divya Kurana, Senior Vice President at HSBC Innovation. I don't know if you, yeah. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Thanks for your time today. The good news is that we are on time, so we have our 20 next minutes to discuss the topic of today. So today we're going to discuss a topic around how startups can leverage partnership. We all know that partnership can be a game changer for startups, but how do you make them work? So in this really quick panel, around just 20 minutes, we will hopefully uncover strategies, pitfall, and real-world lesson on how startups can successfully collaborate with investors, corporates, accelerators in order to scale effectively. I will quickly ask you to introduce yourself. Maybe start on my right. Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, so I'm Ben Rose, co-founder and chief underwriting officer at Superscript. We're an insurtech. We provide business insurance for SMEs.
Good, thank you. Robert.
Sure. I'm Robert. I'm one of the managing partners of Xtech. We're an early stage fund and accelerator focusing on B2B tech companies.
And Divya, over to you.
Hi, I'm Divya. I am at HSBC Innovation Banking, and we provide banking products for VC-backed companies from pre-seed right through to exit.
Thank you. Great. Again, thanks for your time. And I would say let's get started. It's a big topic, partnership. And here today we have a mix of course, entrepreneur, investors, corporate investor, etc. So we'll try to understand what makes a great partnership. And Robert, I will start with you with a question, which is with so many startups looking for funding and support, what truly sets apart the one that gets investment and meaningful partnership? So what are the key signals that you look for when evaluating potential collaboration or investment?
Sure. So first of all, I would differentiate a bit between the, let's say, stages. So what we are focusing on is early stage, so seed, maybe a Series A. That is, or in that cases, you usually are still focusing on the people. So it's about the people, the founding teams, and especially, how they are convincing you. Because in the end, it's about the domain expertise those founders have, actually the obsession, and I clearly pointed as obsession with this product, because they need to be in for the long term. From an investor perspective, you need to have an horizon of, let's say, 5 to 10 years at least. And also from a potential partnership, because there you also want to have a partner, or you want to use a product that will be there for a bit longer than the next 6 months. So that is very important. And then if we look also from a, let's say, customer adoption perspective, we want to see a clear product market fit. And this in the early stage is more an indicator, meaning that you have already first customers that use your product. And what is very important, you need to have customers that are very upset if they are not using your product anymore. So it's not about talking someone into product and using it, but especially if you take it away, that they see the difference and they really go for or they really feel that something is missing. And the last point is, of course, it's about a scalable business model. So beyond just the technical excellence and also the, let's say, product that you have developed, you need to be able to scale it and to make a business case around it. That is the investment case, of course, that we are always looking at.
Thank you, Robert. Divya, going to you. Robert mentioned, of course, scalable business, and I guess large corporation and startups operate in a very different speed and a very different expectation, right? What are the biggest challenge in making this collaboration work, and what practical steps startups can take or consider when building successful and long-term partnership with corporates such as HSBC?
Thank you, Filippo. Yeah, no. So I think I'll just start off with saying startups, will obviously have very limited time and resources, which is very understandable. But I think one thing which stands out, which is a very simple trick, is taking the time to build the relationship early. I worked closely with one startup who did this exceptionally well. They spent about a year engaging relationships with the innovation bank, with various people across the organization, before they even started talking to us about partnering with us. And so by the time they had come around to that conversation, they already had multiple stakeholder buy-in, which just made it so much easier to move forward. The relationship on both sides was absolutely fantastic. So I think, it's just that simple thing of like building that trust and that relationship up front, and just getting that buy-in early on just makes a really huge difference.
Thank you. You mentioned trust. So I think, this is, of course, something very important when you build a partnership and you're looking at long-term partnership. And so this is a really nice connection with my next question to you, Ben. I mean, Superscript scaled a lot in the past years. You can disclose the number of partnership, etc. But how did you navigate partnership with investor or corporates and other key players? What was the unexpected lesson that you learned about partnership, and what advice would you give to the startups today that they're looking to grow as you did? And by the way, you have someone in the chat that says that Superscript are super cool. So you got recognition even here. So well done.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I'll send you the gift card later on for saying that. Thanks. So yeah, we at one point had over 100 partners, and I'll come on to explain why we don't have quite so many as that. I suppose one lesson we learned pretty quickly was that you never land a big corporate partnership right out of the gate. So for us, we partner with banks and that kind of stuff. And for us to walk into a high street bank saying we wanted to be their white labeled business insurance proposition without any existing customers or proof points, it just wouldn't have worked. We had to build credibility step by step, starting with smaller, faster moving partners. And those early wins gave us the traction and validation that we needed in order to unlock some bigger opportunities with, banks and insurance companies. So where we first started out with, lots of smaller partners, we've actually over time refocused our energy around, working with some bigger partners, which is why we've kind of reduced the number of those. I guess a couple of other bits. So corporates often have a really long procurement cycle and complex due diligence processes. So things like ISO 2001 certification, and being a B Corp for us helped us tick those kind of ESG and IT security boxes that the bigger corporates were kind of looking for when considering who to partner with. And another big lesson, so when you're a small startup trying to land a big partner, it's easy to over customize and compromise on your commercial terms, or even accept onerous liabilities in contracts in order to close the deal. But in the long term, that's not sustainable. So I guess my advice around that would be, while it might feel uncomfortable pushing back on terms, especially when you've been trying to build that opportunity for such a long time, it is a negotiation process, and you can push back on terms and negotiate, with a corporate to a certain extent, at least.
Nice. So don't be shy and negotiate your terms. And I think it really set the scene for. So far what I hear is that you need to build really smart and sustainable relationship, and really do your homework in order to get sustainable corporate partnership. So moving to you, Robert, back again. I think, as someone mentioned already, but many founders think that raising money just about pitching and but we understood, as Divya said, or Ben says, that long-term success often come from strong relationship. What are the most effective ways that you think or you see that for startups, especially AI startups, to build this trust and this credibility with investors?
So one focus point is transparency and communication, because it is always easy maybe to land another investor call in a pitch, or to actually convince a potential customer of your product in a pitch, and if you're overselling. I think it's very important that you're not overselling, and that you are very transparent about what you can do and what you can't do. And it's also building on what Ben said. You also need to at some point say, we are not there yet, or it's in the process of, and not we are there, and then we will jump through the loops afterwards. So that is very important for trust building, and also for a relationship, because if you look at investor relationships, they will find out in due diligence how far you are, and they will find out, and afterwards it's just let's say a waste of your time and a waste of their time, and this is actually something that will not have the best view on you as the founder. So investor and also customers will remember. And also from a customer perspective, if they don't see it in the beginning, they will see it after 6 months, 12 months, retention and so on. People will speak to them. That is not good. So it's about being very transparent on your limitations. And the other point is also, when it comes to communication on the investor side, you should always be proactive on what you tell your investors. Your investors are sitting in the same boat once they have invested in you, and you should always be very transparent on where you stand and what you expect and so on, because that's the basis for trust. And if you and you will not always achieve what you have maybe promised, but it's important that you tell them, because that is what the trust is built on. And then you can still talk about the topics, and don't be too much taking or doing updates on a very let's say moderate basis. Just tell them what is the status, and then you will be successful.
So summarizing: communication, clean communication, and upfront communication, and really be sincere about your business stage, because that will build trust for the future. Okay, thank you. And Divya, over to you with, I mean, HSBC, of course, such a big corporations, but in general, beyond traditional VC founding, many startups aim to have interaction or investment from corporate or aiming a big strategic partnership. What do corporates like HSBC or any other in your experience look for when deciding to invest or collaborate with the startups? And what sort of mistakes do you see founders doing, and what kind of mistakes should they avoid in approaching larger organization?
Yeah, thank you, Filippo. I'd say the first thing is make it a two-way relationship. So just have a really good understanding of what a corporate wants. Like, every corporate in the world is also trying to achieve something. And if you can contribute to that, that makes the relationship much stronger. As you can imagine, working with startups, we constantly are being approached by them, for them to partner with us. And something which I very often see is founders asking almost as like a generic request, to work with us. But I think if you do your research, like look on LinkedIn, look at who are the right people in any organization you need to work with, and then approach your contact at the organization and say, hey, I found this person, I'd love to be connected to them. Sort of do your homework for that person at the organization, because that makes it much easier. If we're talking about an HSBC or many other organizations, they're absolutely huge, and we don't know everyone, sitting in the office. So just do some research, ask who you want to be introduced to, just show value early on. And yeah, that just helps you build like a very credible and a two-way relationship.
Thank you. Now makes sense, especially in big organization. It's always difficult to find the person responsible, but if you know the KPI or the person that you are discussing and what motivates them, I think you can build a strong and solid relationship. Maybe you don't have a product or a service now, but could be for future. So you prepare your future success. I think, Ben, you mentioned earlier about a number of partnerships, a high quantity of partnership versus less partnership but more quality. How do you think startups can structure partnership in a way that fuel their growth without becoming, though, too dependent on one investors or one corporate ally? So how do you diversify, essentially?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's an easy trap to fall into. We have kind of almost done that in the past as well. We've seen it firsthand. Obviously, having one big name on your deck, as I mentioned before, kind of potentially unlocks the other opportunities that you're looking to unlock. It can be great validation for your business, for the partners that you're working with, but also it's something to tell your shareholders quite often that they're going to be really excited to hear about. But if 80% of your revenue or distribution is tied to one partner, obviously you risk becoming really beholden to that partner. Almost being like an outsourced extension to their team, as opposed to really focusing on what you want to do with your business. So at Superscript, we deliberately structured our partnerships in a way that let us reuse the same core tech across multiple partners with different levels of customization depending on the value that we received from that partner. So instead of building something bespoke for each partner, we focused on creating flexible infrastructure that could support multiple relationships across the banks, the different insurance companies and price comparison sites that we work with, for example. That's helped us diversify not just revenue, but also our exposure to changes in the partners' priorities. So, for example, for us as a business that often relies on our partners for lead flow, whether that's through our embedded journeys, referrals, co-branded distribution, over-reliance on one single partner can be dangerous because sometimes their strategies shift, or they simply might stop prioritizing, the distributing the leads to us internally, and that could literally suffocate our pipeline. So by structuring our platform to support multiple sort of partners in parallel, we've avoided becoming too dependent on any one source and built more resilience into our growth.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you, the three of you, for really good insight. Last question, how startups can reach out to you and what kind of service can you offer to them, or how can they get in touch with the organization or anything, Robert?
Sure. So first of all, in case you have any questions with regards to the early stage scaling and stuff like that, always reach out to us. We are an investor, and we also have an accelerator program for early stage companies. So always reach out to me, ideally via LinkedIn or any other channel.
Thank you. Divya.
Yeah, so thank you, Felipe. So we provide banking products for VC-backed companies. So please feel free to reach out if that's something you're looking for. Very happy for you to add me on LinkedIn. I do check my messages, so I will respond if you do reach out.
Yeah, I can say the Divya's team, they're very active and proactive in reply and very well known in the UK ecosystem. So if you're looking for banking solution, are definitely very good. And Ben, what about Superscript?
Yeah, so we do provide business insurance, and we do that for SMEs across Europe. We have like a specialist team internally that also work with lots of AI businesses. So we have built some unique propositions, for example, ensuring people detecting fraud with AI and actually ensuring the fraud itself in the event that it's not picked up, stuff like that. Also working with several companies using AI in order to assist people with medical conditions, whether that is treating them or diagnosing them. So yeah, we've got a bunch of products like that. So if I can help anybody with that, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and if I can't help you myself, I'll connect you with someone in the team.
Thank you very much, Robert, Divya, and Ben, and please, everyone here listening, connect with them on LinkedIn and join me thanking them for their time. And now we can keep going with the last pitches that are gonna be in order. First, Multiverse, and then we're gonna have UScan, and then Jumbo Mana and Web Capsule. Finishing with applied brain research. So can I have Harshit on stage? Harshit? Is it Harshit here? I can't see it. If Harshit is not here, we can go to Yuskan.
Yep, we can do that.
Hi, Leo. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Good. So you are.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. So I'm Leo, CEO and co-founder of UScan, a social media intelligence platform. And I want to start from the pain. So believe me, the pain is real. Brands face a lot of crises. Like L'Oreal just recently released a product that just couldn't go to the market. We all know the story with Boeing, who have just forgot about plane safety lately and got a lot of criticism online. CrowdStrike, another example where the half of the world computers went down, taking down as well crucial infrastructure. And most certainly brands receive polarizing commentaries all the time. Like here with Jaguar, who made existing customers very unhappy with the new ideas of redesign and like new brand positioning. And finally, there's an enormous amount of propaganda, especially Russian war propaganda in the world today. I have here a NATO Strategic Communication Center of Excellence as an example, who really fight and like research the propaganda, and they are actually our happy customer. And then also we are, as Ukrainian company, Ukrainian founded company with Ukrainians, We also help our armed forces and other Ukrainian government organizations to fight propaganda. And as you can see, we've got a lot of recognition about that. It's a bit blurred because we cannot go into details, but yeah, there are also happy customers of the UScan. So to summarize, public opinion matters, and what you don't see, you can't manage. And based on these two simple things, we built a product. So we help companies understand their customers like never before. What they do, who they are, what they say. So by analyzing 500 million mentions daily, which is like mostly the super significant part of all the public data available there. And by applying AI analytics on top, we can really show all the conversations. We can really explain what's happening there. We analyze audiences, their interests, professions, engagement, and so on. And we are also #1 platform for visual listening. So we are uncovering insights which are just unavailable in other research instruments. And we do this at a huge, huge scale. So UScan was founded in 2010. We have a team of 70 people spread all over the Europe, LATAM, and with the head office in Kyiv, Ukraine. We are now at 5 million ARR, showing a very good growth. So we've grown 54% in 2024, quite healthy NRR as well. We sell all over the Europe, United States, United Kingdom, LATAM, of course, our home market, Ukraine, also Central Asia, so basically worldwide presence. We've got very good recognition internationally. We've been named a cool AI vendor for marketing. We are absolute leader in terms of visual analytics, have worked with tons of great brands and agencies, some agencies that they super happily switch from any other tool to us because we just give better experience, better coverage, better insights, and so on. And like our idea of how to evolve is that like we are here in traditional social listening segment at the moment, but we understand that we can expand from this segment as well to a bigger, more tech ecosystem. We already cover partially creator economy with this, with all this influencer discovery and like understanding what people are saying, and like helping to find these people as well. And finally, we think that by utilizing our relationship with enterprise customers and by bringing to the equation other great MarTech products, we can build a better unified MarTech operation system to our customers. And
I think we lost Leo. We'll wait a minute for him to join. Well, second part full of interesting activities. Leo, over to you. We lost you for a second.
Okay, where did you lost me?
Here, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think it was here.
Okay, yeah, that was the pre-last slide, and the last one is I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions for Leo? Anyone from the public that would like to ask something? Maybe, yeah. What do you ensure? How do you ensure data accuracy and avoid bias when analyzing sentiment? That's, I think, is a good question.
We can go another 5 minutes here. but to make it short, so like we have a generic understanding on what we think is the best sentiment, but then also every customer in our platform, they have a feedback loop where they can react to what we have shown them, and we would retrain, and we can do like a specific model for this customer. So that's really like a very good UScan is a very good solution to go and see the sentiment, because we can train and like react to your specific understanding in your specific business use case. So that's the answer.
Thank you very much, Leo, and connect with Leo on Umbrella, as it's a great company. Do we have Harshit now from Multiverse?
Hi, Filippo. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Harshit. Yes, here we go. Yeah, you can start now pitching.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Give me just a second to quickly
Absolutely
share my screen. And please let me know when you see it, yeah? I think it's there.
Yes.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I am representing today Multiverse Computing, where we are using quantum-inspired algorithms to unlock AI for enterprises, startups, and everyone in between. Now, I'm sure you're all aware, AI today is table stakes for all sorts of organizations. What that has also meant is, in terms of the demand for compute, that's gone through the roof. We are literally burning up the planet in training cutting-edge models to achieve minute improvements at the edge, on the margin. And with the unfavorable supply-demand dynamics in AI chips, this is only expected to worsen. On the whole, therefore, even though compute costs per unit have come down of ever increasing model sizes, parameters, etc., the cost of training and running models has truly skyrocketed and continues to do so despite improvements in architecture. And I think that's where the need for efficient AI model comes in, and that's where we come in with a solution that is commercialized, state-of-the-art, miles ahead of everyone else in the market today. Compactify, our core model compression, and the first ever AI model editing product in the world, is capable of improving upon any type of AI model globally. So I'm not just talking LLMs, which of course are the flavor of the month, so to speak, but also computer vision models, diffusion models, and so on and so forth. Any application you're running on AI and any foundation model that underlies that, we can make that up to 95% smaller, reduce the fully loaded cost of running an inference on it by over 50%, and as a result, improve speed of performance and speed of inference by up to 8 times. So you give me a DeepSeek, I can give you a 50% cheaper version of that to operate. And this not just applies to cloud-hosted models, as all of the most commercialized models today are, but we can also work with on-premise models, deploy with industrial clients, financial services, energy, satellites, aerospace and defense, and so on. And all of this is not just talk in the air. So we've commercialized with large enterprises like Bosch, Telefonica, Renault, etc. We have hyperscaler agreements with Microsoft Azure and AWS to basically go to market via them and address the overall global AI ecosystem, the entire end-to-end value chain. And we are basically also targeting at the same time OEMs. So we are deploying smaller models on satellites for NATO, working with phone manufacturers, car manufacturers, appliance manufacturers to get smart homes, smart cities up to speed with the AI revolution, and also working at the same time with AI builders who are at the forefront of developing the top models today to make it much more efficient so more enterprises can achieve cost-effective results at scale. And we've been around for 6-7 years. We are today, of course, using our Tensor Networks technology to compress and optimize AI models. But in the last 6 years or so, we have scaled from a few researchers to 150 plus people, a sixth of which are PhDs in quantum physics and AI, across 40 nationalities, and we are present in 6 countries globally. Last year, we delivered 15 million in revenue, a significant proportion of which came from our AI product suite. And currently, on the back of that, we are raising 150 million Series B, of which 130 million has been spoken for, anchored by one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in Europe. Looking forward to work with interesting partners and startups, I'm sure, that are on this call, but also investors that are looking to partner with the next revolution in AI. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Archie. Thank you. Do we have any questions for Harshit and Multiverse? And thanks again for pitching. Maybe there was one, I think, around industries. One is where is the company based, and the other one is what industries have you seen the most impact from Compactify, and how do you plan to expand its adoption?
Certainly. So we are currently headquartered in Spain, and we are also present in different ways, in shapes or forms, in Paris with the business development and research team, in Munich with the research team, Toronto, and also now growing into the US at the tail end of this round. And we're working with the sovereigns in Singapore and Saudi Arabia to expand into those markets as well, because data sovereignty and localized models is a very, very big use case there. Currently, we are serving clients across a variety of industries. Wherever AI has applications, we have a role to play in making models as well as applications run more efficiently. Our current clients are a little bit more concentrated on the financial, industrial, energy, and aerospace/defense use cases. But we are also at the same time working with the likes of Samsung, who need more efficient models to run on their phones going forward. Hope that helps.
Thank you. Very cool solution, and thank you, Arshit. Please connect with Multiverse. Very, very interesting solution from Spain. And now we will go to, I think, to Web Capsule. I think. Oh, sorry, to Jumbo Mana. Apologies. Hi, Christoph.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, everyone.
You can start pitching now.
Okay.
Oh, good. We can see you.
So, hello, everyone. My name is Christoph Ronodino. I'm the founder and CTO of Jumbo Mana, and I work on AI for 15 years ago. So, Jumbo Mana is a startup specialized on agentic AI with conversational avatars as close as human. Our problematic is simple. When you are on a physical place like an airport or a mall, there are no on-site customer support. And this for a specific, very specific reason. In recent years, support staff have been massively dismissed, resulting in reduced service quality, increased customer complaints, and lower the ROI for the associated service. And to respond to this, we have a unique positioning. We provide companies with trusted virtual assistant so they can themselves create a relationship of confidence with their customers directly on the field where qualified humans are missing. Our avatars are experts with no hallucination, connected to real-time information. We are not here to create a new generative chatbot-like, but a real conversation with the same engagement you have with a qualified human. We develop our own deep tech, and we won the iLab award for it. And to meet the constraints of a large public space, we provide our own hardware solution with noise reductions and smart understanding. We have an interactive kiosk for the airport, subway, or mall, and also for museum. With Vinci Airport, for example, we work on passenger management. We deployed on an avatar capable of giving me the right flight times, boarding gates in real times, guiding travelers with an interactive map, and all according to the context of the conversation. Our interactive kiosk is deployed at the Lyon airport in France. The avatar is used every day hundreds of times and can answer all your questions. Where is my gate? I lost my passport, or where can I get a beer? We deployed also on a tablet for the point of sales and our own mobile application to cover large area. With Remy Cointreau, for example, we are working on point of sales directly on duty-free for all foreign customers. Our avatar is an expert sommelier who advises customers on the purchase of their product. And so Jumbomana is creating the best agentic AI engine solution for the field, from mobility like an airport to the attractivity of a territory. We are known for our mediation cultural offer, like the digital twin of Vincent van Gogh at the Orsay Museum or Napoleon at the Royal Military Museum. Today, we have more than 15 major corporations. We have placed their trust in us, including Remy Cointreau, Vinci, UHL, or Galeries Lafayette. We are working with Galeries Haussmann at Paris to provide an interactive kiosk for their foreign customers, especially Chinese, to provide information such as where are the jeans, and our AI is capable of accompanying the customer to better understand their request. Are you looking for men's or women's jeans? And finally, to answer the correct questions, connecting to an interactive map. And to make this project come true, we are an experienced team with high-level PhD in AI from Cornell University, Paris-Saclay University, or from X. Finally, we have over 200 articles in the press, including Forbes and the New York Times, and television reports such as CBS News. Thank you for your time, and if you have any question.
Thank you, Christophe. Do we have any question? Any question for Christophe from Jumbomana? Yes, we have a question about data privacy. How can you secure data privacy when deploying Avatar in customer service environment?
We deploy a solution with a sovereign cloud like OVHcloud that is RGPD compliant, and so all is secure in a local cloud.
Okay. And how do you? There's another question around hallucination. How do you ensure there is no hallucination? You mentioned that you have known.
Yes, it's our deep tech AI. So for that, we develop our own reasoning AI to make sure to improve RAG technology to make sure there are no hallucination. And when you use a large model like ChatGPT or Gemini, is only for state transfer to transform our own data knowledge to a pretty sentence.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christopher. Very, very interesting.
Thank you.
And thanks for pitching. And now we'll go to another French startups, to Web Capsule. I think Arthur, are you here?
Yep.
Hi, Arthur. Yeah, you can now start.
I have to share my screen first.
Yeah, don't worry.
But I can't find the button anymore. Where is it? Where is it going?
It should be the bottom, like next to your microphone. You should have.
Yeah, but I only have chat. I cannot share for now. I don't know why. Am I am I muted on sharing? I don't know.
So next to your microphone.
I do have only chat and camera.
Chat and camera.
Sorry, it's because probably you're going through the front end instead of the link to pitch.
Oh yeah, maybe you yeah.
Well, okay. So do I need to get back from another way?
Yes, you need to
Okay.
go through this link to share. I'll share it on the chat. Can you see?
Sure. Yeah.
Just close this and enter in that one. Will
Sure.
take 1 minute. Meanwhile, we are waiting. The next person that will pitch will be, the next company will be Applied Brain Research. And after that, what's going to happen, and I'm going to repeat it later, is that you guys can leave for those of you who are in the speaker session, you can leave this this part and go umbrella, where you can interact with founders or VCs or corporates. You can book one-on-one, etc. Arthur.
Yep, I'm back.
Yes, here we go.
Hi, I'm Arthur. I'm co-founder of OVHcloud. Thanks OVH for inviting us to pitch and helping us during the whole AI Accelerator program. What we basically do at OVHcloud is we help SMBs that comes to us and ask for help when they have to meet IT security standards because the clients demand it. When they go through the process, they have many things to do, of course, and among others that are documentation and things like this. The main problem they have is to comply, is an engineering challenge, because they have to ensure that their solution follows the security best practices, reliability, availability, and stuff. And when you're an SMBs, the tricky part is that it comes to the tech teams that is supposed to build the product to do the job, to align the engineering with the requirement, because unlike the big companies, it is too expensive to hire a tech consultant to do it for you. So you have to get your hands on the dirt and do a lot of tool comparison and do some repetitive manual configuration tasks that results in countless days of work at the cost of everything else, and basically developing your products and your new features. And that is why we built OVHcloud. It's a security standard engineering automation for SMBs and tech companies. So basically meaning that you build and you have the engineering automatically handled for you. So you come with your solution, your targeted standard, and your provider. And the OVHcloud unique technology, it generates a royalty-free tailor-made engineering templates that is deployed and custom configured for you on your own cloud, so that you're audit-proof, or at least audit-ready for your client's inspection or other auditors if you're going for a standard. And that helps to free the tech team from engineering headaches, since the job for the tech team goes from weeks of jobs to only a couple of days to reach this engineering compliance. You don't have to do tool comparison anymore, because we've done it a lot for you, and you get only up to 95% less configuration to do on the setups. And that starts, you can get your customized engineering for at as little as 10K for the setup, and you can get an extension of your CTO's team for the engineering aspect for 500 euros a month, so you can get automatic updates and have engineers as a service, real engineers, AI-powered one, to help you support when you have a specific question requirements, or you want to add new services. And the OVHcloud, it's built out of 6 engineers. We all come from top French engineering school. Among us, there are repeat founders, former CTO of big SaaS, solution professional architect, former Datadog core engineer. So we have a team that is quite complete to help you achieve your standardization, your engineering goal. And our clients, they trust both the company and the product. And it goes from fast-growing AI seed startups working in energy, such as Stakis.ai, to mid-sized public company like Docapos, at least their subsidies, for us to help do the engineering for them and help them build great products without having to worry about the compliance issues. And I wanted to take the time to ask you guys, all the people around the call. Now we are speaking to companies in healthcare, and we're looking for more because SMBs in healthcare, they have limited engineering resource. So if you an SMB is from healthcare, we'll be very happy to talk with you because you have real scientists and you don't have the money or the time or maybe the knowledge to do the engineering. Based in Europe, at least they have business in Europe since the border are strengthening at the time, and the international organization are starting to look in how the data are managed and how the software is being developed. So if you have the time, if you know somebody who knows somebody, we'll be pretty happy to talk with them and know if WebCapsule or how WebCapsule could evolve to help them achieve their goal. And I'll thank you all for listening to me. And Philippe, I'll hand you to.
Thank you, Arthur. A great presentation. Do we have any question? We have one question about data security, data privacy. How do you solve that issue regarding data protection, and how do you manage sensitive data?
We at WebCapsule, we don't have to manage any sensitive data because the solution is deployed within your own cloud. So it's basically asking yourselves how you would manage this sensitive data. And that's the engineering part that we are doing for you. So it's basically like building a whole infrastructure or engineering platform. It depends on the terms. And we'll be handling this for you. So you have the services or the solution you use, and we'll use the best DevOps practices, infrastructure practices and stuff to ensure that all the data that are gathered are properly stored and managed. We don't talk about how you will build your software. We're talking only about the engineering part of deploying it.
Okay, thanks. That makes total sense. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Arthur. And connect with the WebCapsule umbrella. And the last speech, and I think is for the last speech, we're gonna have Kevin from ABR, and I'm pleased to say that we are on time for the first time in my career during a pitch event, so very happy for that. So last but not least, Kevin from ABR from Canada, great company, and Kevin will tell you more.
Great. Can you see my slides okay?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I just hit the wrong button. Excuse me.
No worry. But yeah, we were seeing them.
Okay.
Completely fine.
All right. Great. All right. We good again? Okay. Good morning. I'm Kevin Conley from Applied Brain Research, where we're moving AI workloads for real-time streaming AI to edge devices by allowing it to be directly embedded. One of the areas where this is most important is in the area of voice interactions, human-machine interactions, which have a tremendous number of both end user and OEM constraints to delivering a satisfying solution. Today, most applications that are using voice interfaces are forced to send voice data to the cloud in order to be able to achieve a satisfying user experience in terms of the quality of voice interfaces. And this exists across a wide variety of applications and market segments. However, by sending this data to the cloud, it introduces significant issues with the latency, which is often the most annoying part of having a slow, irresponsive voice interface. And this is exacerbated by connectivity issues with networks, and at the end also in terms of its ability to scale with the cost and the battery consumption pain points. So these arise from really two sources. The first is from the connectivity side. Not every device has the ability to be connected all the time with a network. And even when they are, those connections are often not reliable enough in order to be able to handle the streaming workloads. Embedding this directly into the product is often a technology barrier, either because of the cost and power consumption of capable embedded AI solutions, or because there's cost and affordability issues with those solutions. So today we solve that problem by allowing real-time AI to be embedded directly into products. And this is across a wide variety of different types of voice technologies such as speech recognition, text-to-speech, even natural language understanding. And so we've been engaging with a number of customers who have these pain points across a wide variety of very interesting and enabling applications. We do this through a single chip solution. So we are providing an AI accelerator that can be easily integrated into devices that's super small and yet provides extremely powerful and performant AI at very low power. We're differentiated not just because of the capabilities of this chip and its ability to do many different types of workloads, but also being differentiated from starting at the algorithm level through the chip and even through the customer development platform. At the end of the day, the most important thing to understand is that we provide the same capabilities that are possible with the current leading edge AI platforms, but able to do it at 200 times less power and a tenth of the cost. The market for AI at the edge is growing today. It's a significant market and growing very fast. And looking across the requirements and the broad applications, we believe ABR is well positioned to be a strong player in this market going forward and be able to even help expand this market to devices where today natural language processing is not present. ABR was founded out of the University of Waterloo. Our founding team from the Center of Theoretical Neuroscience, which was founded by our primary founder, Dr. Chris Elias-Smith, has brought the world's leading AI and ML experience in terms of technologists and engineers who have built the world's largest functioning brain model as the foundational core of the team. To this, I've joined and added additional colleagues who have world leader class experience introducing semiconductor solutions to the market, and we're backed by an incredibly strong set of advisors, both on the business and technology front. So our goal is to be nothing less than the de facto standard for low power embedded AI voice interfaces in billions of devices. I look forward to hearing your questions and interacting with you as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks for joining the pitch. I know that you are in Canada on the other side of the world, so it's kind of early there. So we have a question around your technology. Is the technology compatible with existing device?
Yes, we've devised our solution. When we say existing devices, it does involve the integration of a new component into the device. So we are not a software solution pure play. We actually have a hardware accelerator, but we've designed it in such a way that the embedded firmware engineers, instead of directing the data streams to the cloud or to an embedded MPU accelerator, that can be sent to our device over in an industry standard interface to the host processor, able to do that extremely easily with our SDK that we provide to customers.
Thank you, very clear. And the last question is, could you please provide example on how your chip has been or planned to be integrated into real world application, for example, healthcare, consumer electronics?
Sure. A couple really interesting ones are one, an appliance, which is an AR pair of glasses that provides speech to text visualization for hearing impaired people. So really important to have that be very responsive and very low power with high accuracy so that hearing impaired people can participate in conversations. Another one is in VR devices that are doing real-time transcription for live video feeds, where again, you have to have a very accurate speech to text functionality built into the device that is very low latency.
Okay, thank you. Really, really, really cool. And thanks for pitching again. Connect with Kevin and the ABR team umbrella. Now we are done with the pitch for today, and so what's going to happen now? You can move on the umbrella app, and you can start interacting with founders, with investors and whoever. So thank you very much for all the founders, VCs, and corporates that attended today. Thanks to Empact Venture for organizing and supporting this event, and thanks for the panelists. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. So thank you very much, and yeah, please connect on Umbrella. Have a good day, everyone.